Hello and welcome to an episode of photography this time. In this episode video, how you do you wanna call it, I will show you how I did create this picture. But for now, let's talk about the lighting. This is a strobe box which is from behind me. Why? Well, because this is the background, white background, so that I can do the easier selection in Photoshop. I do not own a white background or something, or I could lit it, but I have a very small space and I cannot afford to play like that because it will be a little harder and not enough space. So this is way more easier. Of course it will be a little highlight from behind the strobe box through here, but it will be something like separate me from the background. This is the main light, which is a Godox 600 manual flash strobe. With this one it's like 95 centimeters, and this one is an octabox like 175 centimeters, so it's very good. So this is the main light. It's connected through a C-stand, which I can show you right now, through up and like this. Well, that one is the camera, which is a 550D with 24-72.8, but the camera does not matter. You can do a good picture with any, just the lighting. Well, this is only the lighting, not that very complicated. The background, which is the light, and the main light, which illuminates me. But now let's show you how I did focus my camera. Of course, first I did put a light stand, or you can add whatever you want just to make sure you can focus it on it. And I also made a mark, which I don't think you can see it. Yeah, it's right here. And so that I know where to stand. And after that, after I did the focus, I put the lens in manual focus so that it won't be necessary to focus every time. I did use the timer, which was 10 seconds. I did have a remote control, but it seems like it does not work anymore. Maybe the battery is down. So for now, I will do it like this. Well, let's get started to make the pictures, and after that I will show you how I did create the picture in Photoshop, which, yeah, this picture is mainly done in Photoshop because in camera I do not have anything right now so that I can do it. There is no tornado in this country at all, so yeah, and it will be a little risky, even more. So let's get doing. In this part you can see how I set the timer and did the pictures. As you can see, I did it couple of times because, yeah, you have to have some varies. Here you can see it from the front of the camera, and these are the pictures. Well, I did select just one, and here how I did the picture with the hair flipped and so on. This one was kind of hard because I had to be on time, and here they are. Now let's get with the Photoshop area. I did use the subject select, which is the new feature in Photoshop. As you can see, it does a pretty good job in selecting the subject. And after that you can select and mask and make a better selection. Well, I didn't know that they did change the how do you call it, the brush area, and I was still on select one, the first option. I should have selected the second one, which was the thing that I needed the most, but you get the idea how to make a selection. With the selection ready, I made a mask so that it will be a way easier to correct afterwards. Just I did invert the mask, and here it is. And after that I made some adjustments to make a better selection. It was good that when I was to make some photograph, after I finished the photo shoot, there were some clouds, heavy clouds of rain, so this was a good spot to make some photos and use it in my composite. Like this, I made the selection with the quick selection tool, made some adjustments. Well, afterwards I did end up deleting those mountains because it was distracting in the image, but you can use it like this and make a quick selection. Of course, this one will work very good if the edges are very contrasty. Here you inverted the mask, and afterwards I did drag the image into my first image, and the same thing I made it with the clouds. Now here I try to position it like a little to a mock-up to see how it will be. Of course, I end up remade the canvas, but after that I did use it 1x1 square because I do really want it to be like this. Of course, there's a lot more of headroom. I did not think about that, but I could not done anything because I didn't want to be way too big for the image. I wanted some of the landscape to be visible. But you can see the process through here. I end up using 2 of the clouds image, and here you can see that I wanted to delete those mountains because it was distracting in the image. I end up redo a selection so that it will be way more faster to delete them. And now I try to bring the tornadoes into the image. You can see how I did the selection very fast with the brush and mask, and after that I did delete them on how I wanted. But for me this was a way more easier selection and faster. I was thinking that the quick selection it will be way more harder because the contrast on the tornadoes are not that very big, so it will be way more time to select than do it like this. As you can see here, I did delete the clouds and how I want it to be, so that the blending will be way more easier. I end up doing only 3 tornadoes. It was enough, only 3. I wasn't sure where to place this one, but in the distance it was way more easier. After that I end up redoing my square image that I wanted, and this time I could place it way more better that how I like it. I did end up searching some debris for the tornado so that I can blend it way more better. And here you can see that I blend 2 of my cloud images so that it will be way more dramatic, because there were some sunshines through the clouds and I didn't want that. Here I did try to remove my red skin because it was way too reddish. And you can see how I did it with hue set and saturation, and selected the reds and try to remove the hue. And I did invert the mask and painted only my chest with the brush, so that only the chest will be affected. As you can see, there is some greenish light, some yellowish, not that good, but I end up using a photo filter so that it will be more yellowish. And you can see it's way more better than before. Now I try to make the tornadoes blend in with my background, did some contrast, also some hue values, so that the color will be way more closer to the background. Well, after I did all of this, I did also add some debris through the tornadoes, as you can see through here and here. Also, I should have made this debris a little blurry, but let's say that I use a fast shutter speed and this tornado was very big and fast. But yeah, I should have done a little blur to this one. Here does not matter if it's blurry or not, but I should have done that. Now here I did select the, as you can see, I did select the hair and did masks. I will show you very fast through here. This one is very easy. Did blend up, as you can see. That's why, oh, there's here through a mask. And I did some contrast through the image with levels. After that, a graded map, and I start to grade the image. Photo filter, and I did use a warm and blue. After that, vibrance, which I did desaturate a little the image, some vignette, and after that a black and white, which I do use it kinda a lot. I do use the black and white method with the soft light, and the opacity I did drop it down. As you can see, let's do it on normal with opacity 100, and like this it does show up. And if I do it now, let's say 100%, as you can see, it does drop. It's somehow a different contrast, and you can change it if you want. As you can see, let's make some drastic changes. There's no greenery, let's go with blue, a little blue. As you can see, subtle changes if you want, but I do use it most of the time on auto. The brightness, I did drop it down, and of course more contrast. And here down the chin, how do you call it, I forgot, I did bring them up a little more because the detail was kind of gone and I did not want that. But yeah, this is the final image. As you can see, lots of layers, whereas this is, well, let's go with here with me. This is the beginning and this is the final. Yeah, I hope you can enjoy it, the image, and maybe implement something that I've did in your own projects, and will make a good image also. Well, if you like this kind of things, I will try to make it more, but do comment down below so that I will know if you do like it. And do like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel for more content also. Bye bye.